Good evening. As thousands of people marched across Queensland, marking an important day for workers, several comments by union officials equating Labor Day to Anzac Day sparked outrage. Union bosses say both deserve a permanent spot on the calendar. The opposition says it's offensive they were compared.
It's a day all about the labour movement that veered dangerously off course.
Nobody's talking about moving Easter. Nobody's talking about moving Anzac Day.
Trying to make a point about the sanctity of both.
I think Labor Day is special for workers, and I think Anzac Day is special for all of those soldiers and men and women that fought the wars in this country. They're equally important to both sides.
When one is nothing like the other.
Great men and women went off and fought for this country. A lot of them come back and become trade unionists.
It's an absolute insult to equate Labor Day with Anzac Day. The more than 100,000 Australians that have lost their lives on battlefields and the many hundreds of thousands that have been wounded.
In Barcaldine, for the 125th anniversary of the Shearers Strike, the Premier had to walk the controversy back.
These are two distinct public holidays. Today we are celebrating May Day.
But she had help. Former Prime Minister Bob Hawke.
I'm thrilled by it. It's good to be back here.
At 86, he's slightly frail, but they came through the dust and dying grass to hear him speak.
Australia hasn't been inhabited by a race of beneficent employers.
It was vintage Hawke.
We've had to bloody well fight, and I know I was right in the centre of that fight.
And it added to the history of Barcaldine.
In our history, there have only been two armed uprisings against the government. One was at Eureka, the other was right here. And the beauty of Australia is we learned our lesson. We learned that violence is not the way. If you want change, you have to do it through the ballot box.
I don't really go on the politics of it. I don't think it should be anything to do with politics. I think it should be just a part of the history.
Hawke had one more contribution.
Solidarity forever.
You can take the man out of the unions, but not the unions out of the man. He can still hold a crowd, and he can still hold a note.
Strong.
In Barcaldine, Shane Doherty, 9 News.